Hey, welcome everybody. Mark the Shark here. Alright. Wanted to make a video on Off the Grid, which is this Ergo grid trading bot. If you don't know what that is, definitely check out the whole overview, this entire README, really good stuff. But I'm just going to quickly show you how to get started. So for me, I'm going to use Rust Up. I had some problems with Nix, and so because of that, I used Rust Up. I won't actually show you how to do it in this video. I'm just going to again walk you through the steps. Simply because I did it now on two different setups, and then it gets rid of the transaction, but it takes some time to reload back in. Anyways, it's really not that hard. It's pretty straightforward. All the directions are here. So we'll just simply run Rust build, and I might actually... So this is sort of the output you should see. So for example, I got this warning, so I ran cargo build. We got a warning, right? So we just need to fix, I guess, the bin with respect to the build. And so again, this is because I've built it twice on the same machine, which I shouldn't have done, but I was trying to do that for this video. So again, got everything fixed. So now here we are. So fix that. Now we'll run cargo build again. Then we're looking at this. We're like, fantastic. Per these instructions, we're looking for the target folder, and so we can see that here. We're going to create the scan, exactly what it says, and then from there we actually do need to rescan based on a specific block height. So I'm using 125, or I think it's 12 million. Yeah, 12,500,000. So many blocks ago, and then from there to access the specific executable, it's an off the grid. So we'll come back. You will also, while we're here, you will need to run this, and so basically what that does is, take a look. Off the grid, scans token. So for example, that's our scan config, right? Here's our tokens, that's what I'm looking for. So you can see all the different tokens. So we have Comet, note, this is capital, all capitals, right? Right, we got SIG USD. You know, we've got GIF. We got a bunch of different tokens. Neta, the first shitcoin, right? SPF, so on and so forth. So that's our tokens list. Probably, you know, maybe in a month if you want to trading a new coin that's just been created. I wonder if this is on here. Okay, so I created a token called Fux, but it must not be trading on... Well, I'm not sure why it's not showing actually. Anyways, created a token called Fux. We give it out in the, or we will be giving it out in the Sigma Knots mining pool. Well, anyways, we'll just move forward. So yeah, close without saving. I think I wanna, well, you probably saw that, huh? Okay. So here's my current API key. Definitely gonna change this after this. But you're gonna wanna use this API key to unlock our wallet. So right, update key, unlock the wallet. Right here is obviously locked, and then we want to make sure our node is specifically, it's synced. The wallet is also synced. QX gave me a good way to make this wallet synchronization go faster. We can actually go to utils. Again, we're gonna have to lock this so we can enter the API key. In order to do so, it's rescan. So I use this height right here. So we know the block height right now is like 12,600,000 something. So this should be more than fine in terms of past blocks. And then going back from here, we'll update the tokens. This config did a rescan, so we're fantastic. Let's see, just looking at the help files, right? So using -h, with any of these sort of commands, we can see what are all the different options. So scans, we got grid, matcher, tokens, and then help. So, and then put that in there, dash scan, right? Or scan dash H, we'll see the different, usage. So super straightforward. Cool. Now we'll come over, let's see, over here. So actually just place 2 orders in. So again, target, debug, off the grid. That's the executable. Now we have grid, then we're gonna create a grid, and then from there, actually, let's do this. Just to give you guys again, cool, we can see that. So we've got node config. So that's default, now we're gonna worry about that. Token ID, that's gonna be the ID of the token that we're using. So in these 2 examples, I'm using CYPX from Cyberverse, and then SIG-USD. So then those are the tokens. Token amount, so the total amount of tokens in the grid. I believe this would be Ergo. So for me, I am not using that. Total value, this is what I am using. So total value of the grid. So for example, I'm doing the total value is 3 Ergo coins, and then we're going to split that up between 20 different orders. And so that's the number of orders in this grid. So 20 divided by 3 is like, I guess, the amount that at a minimum. Okay. Fee, this would be, this is purely for the miners and to get the transaction out there. So for example, if somebody else is using the same thing and you think it's a really good, I don't know, monetarily right, I guess, to make this trade, and somebody else is making that, you can increase the fee so the miners will actually incentivize that and get that transaction filled quicker than the other one. So front running, I believe at least. And then the grid identity, this is something important to write. So, right, for me, I'm using CYPX. Here, I'm using SIG-USD. Now, if I was doing multiple SIG-USDs, right, I might want to do like SIG-USD-A, SIG-USD-B, because they might have different sort of patterns or approaches, probably based upon the given range. So talking about the range, here is, so 1 ERG roughly goes from $1 to $1.75 for this given range. We can even take a look at Spectrum later and kind of look at this. And so 1 ERG also is in between 300 and 700 CYPX at the moment. So we'll go ahead and go there. Bring this over. Right, so right now it's 548. It went all the way, recently into April as, almost 600, but all the way as low as 350. So yeah, I want to trade this entire, volatility line. So like if I was being more specific, maybe like 500 would be a good number, 550, and then the low as 398. Again, just for the grid trading only, since there is some choppiness within this last month. From a year, probably a little harder to say just because of so new. Well, not so new, but. Anyways, you guys can figure out your own strategy looking at the daily as well. Okay. Pull this back up. So now I can take a look, do my grid list. Awesome. So we can see the Sigma USD sell has gone through now. So 7 sells, 13 buys. And so, right, no profits. So I have 2 different comment orders. Transactions. I have 1 SIG-USD. CYPX must still be, right. It went through this, so let's try that again. Press capital Y, that's important here. Awesome, transaction submitted. And then we can come back to this. All right, obviously it's not loaded yet. So we can look at all the data. I'm not really sure what a lot of this means, to be honest. I know what miner fee is. This wallet, I can confirm this is what will be in your wallet after multi-grid. I'm not sure what this means. And then this must have something to do with the CYPX. So maybe you have 1.2 ERG and it has 774 CYPX, and that potentially totals to 3 Ergo. And then Spectrum N2T. Again, not really sure what this is because I don't have this much Ergo in my wallet, nor this. This must be the contract we're specifically looking at. That makes sense, right? I guess Spectrum. And then we're looking at over here. So this must be the before and then after. So 18588, 18589, right? Because we bought some CYPX 774 to be specific. Here's our wallet before. So I guess after thinking it through, kind of makes sense in and of itself. Take a look, still not there. It's okay. But yeah, otherwise this is really straightforward. Once you have set up, I think it would be interesting to somehow put this on the test net and then work in some things of like automatically trying to target specific coins. Because you could write potentially, somebody could write, I could write a machine learning algorithm that looks into all these different native tokens and then find some type of probability associated with its volatility. What's one that's like I know of? Ergo. So you look at this volatility. Obviously within the week, this wouldn't be one we'd want to do, right? It's not, there's barely any volatility or sideways action. I guess there is volatility, right? But that's in the week, in the month. I guess less so. You could still do this, I guess, right? We'll buy here, sell here, buy here, sell here, in an ideal sense, obviously. But you could also buy here, or I'm sorry, sell here, buy here, buy at that same level over here, then sell at this peak, do that same thing, depending on what your range is, I suppose. You need to better also understand the algorithm that creates the range and the buying and selling. Again, that kind of goes back to sort of potentially a machine learning idea. So where we could do, I think it's grid lit, instead of list, it's details. Oh, right, we need to look at the identity. So let's do comment. Gotta follow the instructions, otherwise it won't work. Who would have guessed? Sweet. So we can see all these different. So one idea would be is based on your inputs, figure out what the outputs would be here, and then somehow tie that in with a success probability with trading, and then it could come up with stuff based on. Not sure if what I'm saying makes sense, but I think there's something there. We've got Quacks. Yeah, even Quacks is pretty. I mean, yeah, but you could do this narrow channel. That sounds nice. That looks. So again, it really depends. You wouldn't want to put it's this month low to this month high. You're probably not going to do too great, but you probably want to narrow it in. Again, I'm not too sure. I've never done this before, but that's how I think it would work. This you wouldn't want to trade either, just because you just could probably. There's barely any ups and downs in this. It's not sideways. It's since this month it's down 16%. Probably wouldn't want to do that. Bum, 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 bum. Did we look at comment yet? Yeah, this would be a good one to do for this last month, because you could have bought here a couple different times, then up here sell, sell, start to buy, sell, sell. Anyways. So yeah, hopefully that was helpful. Let's see, we can do this real quick just to make sure that last one went through. Awesome, so now we got CYPX with our specific bids and asks and no profit yet, which that's fine. We'll see how it goes. All right, take care everyone.